Gul'dan versus Rexxar.
Hey folks, it's Kikoskia here with a few more matches of Hearthstone, this time with my Q-Block deck, my variation of it. There are quite a few high-cost cards here and I want to get rid of that one. The minimum, I'd like to keep the Skull of the Menace, though that may be a very bold move considering the fact that this hunter is likely going to be a rather aggressive one.
I greet you.
No turn 1 play. I have one. It will not only draw me a card and give me a 2/1 minion, but it will also buff up my Spellstone, which deals damage and heals me for the damage dealt. It's a pretty good one. Hero power. Using the Kobold Librarians isn't good for my health total, but I do have that refill with the Amethyst Spellstone, so I can quite safely do this, and just draw more cards. And I also have Dark Pact, just in case I need to gain some more health. This card used to heal for 8, now it only deals for 4, a change that I think was needed. Unleash the Hounds, are you going to trade? You are going to trade! Okay! I thought you might go face there and make me trade, but then again, I have more damage on the board than you. Let us use this. I discover a spell, like a Sacrificial Pact, and then I take the damage that the mana cost of the spell is. In this case, 0. That kind of betrays what the spell is, but I do have a number of demons in this deck, and restoring 5 health will be really useful at some point. I think coining out the Skull of the Menace will be a good play on turn 5. Keeping that turned out to be quite a good decision. Right, we have a tracking here. The Skull of the Menace is a legendary weapon, and what this weapon does is that this weapon will draw a demon from my hand and put it in play at the start of the turn. The start of the turn after I played it, of course.
All will serve.
We're just going to wait. Hopefully, this hunter does not have weapon removal, because if they do, that was an entirely wasted turn. No weapon removal. Good! You're going to go face, and then this will happen.
This one will prove very useful.
A 5/7, without losing all my cards. Pretty good. Then, I will destroy it. It is gone now, but next turn, I'll get 2 more of them. And this is what Q-Block does. Ooh, that could be bad. That could potentially be a freezing trap, in which case I want to wait. At least until I get the Dark Pact going. I was thinking of attacking with the Carnivorous Cube, but I'll wait. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Dark Pact and get 2 more. That one is a freezing trap, but this one isn't a freezing trap. And then I think I'll play it again. Because the joy of the Skull of the Menace is that the Skull of the Menace will then pull out this Doom Lord, or Doom Guard rather. Doom Lords are probably very different. 4 wolves. Right. What can I do against 4 wolves? Well, I can hit them, and I think I'll do that. Let's see. Start with you, and you, and you, and then we'll play this, I think. Do I want to do anything else? Do I want to destroy this and gain 7? I actually do. I do, because I do not want you to use a kill command with the beast as an activator. Tracking, you're looking for a card. But which card are you looking for? To my side, this is a Spell Hunter. And that Spell Hunter has given me a good opportunity to release all the Doom Guards in this cube. Okay. I was going to use that in the 2/4 anyway, so we're going to do this. This here, and then we'll start hitting your face. That's an explosive trap. That's fine. And I think I'll use this here to gain a dragon and another demon. There's nothing more I need to do here. End turn. Even if all the demons get killed, I can use Bloodweaver Gul'dan to bring back a selection of the demons as part of the battle cry of the Death Knight card. You basically stall out your opponent, rely on healing and taunts and getting out minions cheaply, and eventually you just play Bloodweaver Gul'dan. Or you just do that. I don't even need to wait for Bloodweaver Gul'dan though, because I can just Hellfire here. Well played. This deck really struggles against opponents who are extremely fast, because quite often your answers are not especially fast. And so, that was one win. Can I go for a second win? There's only one way to find out. This is my own variation of Q-Block. There are a few cards in here that are not typical for Q-Block. One of them we haven't seen yet, and it is part of the namesake of the deck. I'm sure we'll see it eventually, though. Who's next? A rogue. This could be bad, because rogues are pretty fast these days. Ravenous Pterodax. Don't really want Ravenous Pterodax, but it is one of my lower cost minions. So I'm going to play Defile and Mortal Coil. Dread Infernal, not that fantastic. Let's see what you've got. At the very least, we could Mortal Coil a minion and then Defile to get rid of a few of them. Are you going to play the Quest card? No, you're going to play nothing. Then I too shall play nothing. Then we're going to get a weapon. Then we'll probably get a Hench Clan Thug. I'm a little concerned about the Hench Clan Thug. That is not a good card to see. And this is the downside of Q-Block. Sometimes you just don't draw any early game. And it seems the rogue is also not drawing any early game, which is to my advantage. I need to get something out, so we're going to get out the Ravenous Pterodax. It's a 4/4. It's as good as any minion to play right now. It doesn't leave me a 4-drop, but that's okay. What are you going to do? I do have a minion now. You're going to backstab it and then SI? No, backstab Deadly Poison. A better result than I thought, unless you're about to play Edwin Van Cleef. Yep, there's Edwin Van Cleef, a 6/6. Not fantastic. We can at least get rid of some of your cards.
So sweet.
Mimic Pod, that's a good one to get rid of. And I don't want a hero power right now, so I shall wait. This is going to hurt. If I'm lucky, you'll play lots of Stepping Stone minions that will allow me to get rid of this quite cheaply. But no, that's a 3/3. This is a problem. That is also a problem. Just gonna have to play this without munching on any minions, which is a shame. And I won't be surprised if you trade into this with Van Cleef. I won't be surprised if you sap it either. You are thinking about trading? Okay, all I need is a 1-drop now, and I can clear your board, as in a 1 health minion. But unfortunately, he's about to buff all of his minions in his deck by +2/+2, which isn't fantastic. You are trading, that's good. I can actually make a 1 health bridge by using Mortal Coil, which I'm going to do. Could use that instead. But to be honest, this saves my health a lot better. So we'll just do this. Defile is a spell that casts itself over and over again if a minion dies when it deals its 1 point of damage. I'm still in serious trouble because all of the minions that this person is going to draw are +2/+2. So that is a 6-mana 6/6. There are going to be lots of cards drawn soon, but I'm going to be in some serious bother. Serious bother. My best bet here is to play this. And just hope that you don't kill me. I didn't draw very well at all, which is a shame. The Dread Infernals were here in the deck to deal with things like paladins that play lots of 1/1s, and also they're just a pretty big minion for the Skull of the Minari to pull out. There's the Hench Clan Thug. Now you're going to hero power and likely hit me in the face, and I'm going to have to really risk... That hurts. I'm going to have to really risk playing the Doom Guard. Going to have to really risk it. Let's see. I'm going to have to trade here and hope that we don't discard Blood Reaver Gul'dan. Or Dark Pact. Well, there's Dark Pact gone. But that's not the worst scenario. We have to survive 2 turns before Blood Reaver Gul'dan comes out. This isn't going to happen. Especially if my Doomguard is gone, and there is a Hench Clan Thug. Well, I've been pretty much whittled down, as I thought was likely going to happen. But we still have 2 health, and as long as we have 2 health, we're not out of the game yet. As long as we have 1 health, we're not out of the game yet. This is when sap or silence happens and we're out of the game. Witchwood Piper. We're not out yet.
There once was a man from
Elven Minstrel. I want you to trade here. I want you to trade. Yes. This is actually what I want you to do. I'm going to trade. Then I'm going to have this die. Then I get to Blood Reaver Gul'dan. I've managed to hold out until turn 10, which means I get back the Void Lord, and the Dread Infernal, and the Doomguard. And now my hero power is hopefully going to do what it needs to. You're going to do that, which gives me 2 more of them. Then you're going to vanish. Okay. Not the worst scenario, because I can start using all of the minions in my hand now, and using my hero power. That doesn't matter. Okay, do this. Hit you, and heal. And then I'll play some more of these. Okay. That is a 4/4 spider. But I can now heal. And that's really going to help me out here. Fan of Knives, as long as one of the 1/2s survive, I can clear out that 4/4. You're going to hit one of these. No, you're not. Okay. So I'm going to do this. Clear this. Play this to buff up the Spellstone, and then get rid of your weapon. I don't want you to have that weapon to hand. I want you to spend 2 mana. Now, the Rogue played a card that gives 10 cards from my class, puts them in his deck, and makes them cost 1. Okay. Spectral Cutlass. We are still in a bit of bother, but we can deal with this. We can deal with this. What we have to do is we have to do this. And then we have this. Then we hit this. And then that. We are now at 17 health. He does have another 4/4 spider. Now every time he plays a card that is not from his class, that gains 1 more durability. So we can do that. Witchwood Piper. Good opportunity to use a Hellfire coming up. A really good opportunity to use a Hellfire coming up. A really good opportunity to use a Hellfire. Now, what else are you going to play? Nothing is the answer. Right. So, we're going to do this. Clear your board. Hit this. Play this to get a spell. That's a pretty good spell. And then get this to fully buff the spell. It does put us at 11 health, but that is just a risk we're going to have to take. We do have the Possessed Lackey now, which allows me to pull a demon from my deck. Ah, lifesteal minion. Alright. I can deal with that. And I will. Sprint to draw lots of those 1-mana Warlock cards. There could be some really powerful Warlock cards in there. That's a pretty decent one. That's also a pretty decent one. Right. I think this. And this, to gain some more health. And pull out a Void Lord. Pretty good. Then we'll trade here. And gain a little more health. The Void Lord's not bad. We also have another card that gives us lifesteal. We may not be able to outlast the value of Academic Espionage, though. And there is another one. The one upside of Academic Espionage is that it tends to... Oh well, Carnivorous Cube. That's alright. It tends to bury the actual cards from the deck in all the other cards, and some of the cards that they can draw are not very good. Now, you're going to destroy the minion and swap it with one from your... Ooh, that's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. That weapon has a lot of durability. Makes me wonder if you're going to Mortal Coil. Ah, you have one as well! Now this card is not reduced that he ends up picking from the Discover mechanic. That is a 4-mana card. That could very well be the card that I have right now. Now can I make an interesting bridge here for these minions? I really can't. I'd like to, but I can't. Because I can't make a minion that has 1 health. I can make a minion that's 1 health. I can make a minion that's 1 health. So I do this.
Bloody decisions.
I then do this. But the problem is doing this means that I won't be able to actually use the Defile. But right now I can buy some time. I do have at least 1 more demon in my deck. Another Academic Espionage. Oh yes, it makes a minion a spell from your class, not from mine. Okay. 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 Not the best, but I can get rid of all of these. I can get rid of all of these and draw a dragon. And I'll do that. There's my Doom Guard. There's my dragon. Think I'll play that. There we go. Suddenly everything's going not too badly. That's an 8-4 and a 5-5. I knew I had that Swamp Dragon egg in there for a reason. Normally for the Pterodax, so that it can destroy the egg, I get a dragon. Ooh, you're going to draw some demons. There'll be quite a few demons in that deck. Quite a lot of demons in that deck. Vanish. Okay. Void Terror. Alright. I am just going to play the cards again, most likely. Ooh. Or not. Here's Illidan! Not a card that gets played these days. Illidan is a card I put in so that when, say, the possessed lackey pulls out a minion, Illidan is a choice. Minions in your hand have Echo. Are you going to do anything with, No! No, you're not. Alright then. So I'm going to trade here. Then I'm going to play this, gaining a 2-1. Then this, gaining a 2-1. Suddenly I have a board. Thanks, Illidan. And one of them is a 5-1. Surely you have an answer in your hand. You might do.
I do.
No, you don't. Well played.
Nicely done.
That was a really close one, but ultimately it was a victory for me because I could last until turn 10. If you can whittle down a Q block fast enough, they won't be able to react, but fortunately, I just managed to claw that victory in. And so, that was 2 matches with my version of Q block, featuring Illidan Storm Rage. And when we come back, folks, we'll play a different deck. Maybe one that I've made in the coming week. Or maybe one of the ones that you haven't yet seen. You still haven't seen the Druid one, if memory serves, and the Hunter one either. I quite like the Druid one. Doesn't do that well, though. And the Hunter one I quite like too. Doesn't do that well, though. It's a running trend with my decks. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.